Let's go to Bill Cassidy, the Louisiana Republican senator, Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee, Finance Committee. He's on all the crucial committees, kind enough to join us. Senator, what can we do about this? Obviously, this was a unique problem, I understand. But we haven't seen anything like it since 9/11. It had a lot of folks very nervous. What do you think?
Well, I'm struck. They can't control the border. They can't keep planes flying, but by golly, you're not going to use gas to cook.
That is a good point. That is a good point. I wanted to pick your brain on that gas stove thing, but on this, you know, I know a good chunk of those infrastructure funds from the legislation were marked for airline advancements and upgrades, and for the FAA, it's a little naive of me to think that that money would already be spent and put to work, but it's certainly called for, isn't it?
Every high-tech system should have redundancy, and the more important the system, the more redundancy should be built into it. The idea that when I read is that there was a systems update that did not work. Ideally, you'd have two systems, and you would update one, you'd keep the other running, you'd make sure that it was running well, and if not, you'd go to the redundant one, and then you would update the redundant one. Either their systems are bad, or the people running it are not very good, but there is really no excuse for a 3-hour shutdown affecting thousands and thousands of flights in the United States of America.
I'm just wondering as well, Senator, what it's going to do about people who are thinking of flying between this today, all the problems with Southwest before, and before them Frontier, and before them virtually everyone, it seemed, in the summer with all the difficulties and long lines, that people might think twice about flying in general. That could have clear economic implications. Are you worried?
It could, but frankly, Americans have become so used to commuting by airplane. I imagine it would take a little bit more for this to happen. But on the other hand, this is an unforced error. There is no reason why the federal government should not have redundancy in their systems. Any CEO of a company that's well run would have had that, and those who don't end up getting rightfully criticized. The CEO of this company is Joe Biden. I think ultimately he's the fellow that the buck has to stop with him.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this gas stove thing, because it's a bit of a leap to sort of ban their sales outright. And I'm just wondering what Republicans plan to do about that.
Well, first, in Louisiana, we use gas to make roux for our gumbos and our etouffees. And so it actually does cook in a superior fashion, according to my wife, and she's the expert. But one of your interviewers, he pointed out that this is really a backdoor way to go after natural gas. Let's just strip it away. Let's just take away the childhood asthma kind of, yeah, right. No, this is their kind of, what can we do to inhibit the role of natural gas in our economy? Even though, because we in the United States have used natural gas instead of coal, we've actually decreased our emissions down to less than the emissions we had in 2005, despite a bigger economy, more people, and more manufacturing. This administration can't control the border. They can't take care of the airplanes, but by golly, they're going to go after fossil fuel. And I think that's the way you have to approach this, and it's going to damage the rest of the economy, but I'm not sure they care.
Yeah, well, there are bigger battles that seem to and should be fought right now, but we'll follow it. Senator, always good seeing you. I hope you have a happy new year.